this is a quick parametric model I threw together for the Cinema 6 and just kind of changing some of the various things to see how it might look. I've created a whole bunch of parameters, so outside width we would want, outside depth, ignore the angles for now, an internal volume that you kind of want to keep, material thickness that we obviously need to record, and then the height is actually based on, because you were saying the height could change quite easily or quite readily, so the height is based on the volume calculation, divided by the outside width minus material thickness on both sides, times the outside depth minus the material thickness on both sides, and that gives you a calculated height, which is, that's the Cinema 6 height based on, you're trying to fiddle the volume numbers to make it work. And then I've got sizes for the main driver cutouts and the horn cutouts. And I've just made these spaced evenly around the object at the moment. So let's try and change it to 200mm depth that we're kind of talking about. Change it to 200mm. See, the volume stays the same, but the height gets recalculated out. And then, so I don't know if this is the right approach to take. The horn position and these things are basically divided by thirds, so it's always evenly spaced. But I don't know if it makes better sense to always have them in this sort of like close-knit configuration that the Cinema 6 actually has, because the interference between the tweeter and the woofers sort of thing, if that's kind of established and you can just add height freely, then maybe they don't need to be evenly spaced, and maybe they need to be in a fixed position sort of thing, and then just moved around into the middle of the box. And then the angle ones is just a fun little thing I was trying as well. So you've got this like angle box on the back here, and I'll just turn like the rest of the thing off. You can see it's just a kind of box that gets made, and we can change that. And so obviously it's 90 degrees, it's not going to be anything, but you wouldn't build one. But if you wanted like a 70-degree off angle or something like that, that kind of builds the plans for something that would give you something angled. So if we went to like an extreme depth of like say 100mm, then you end up with something that's what's this, height is ended up to 1.7 meters, and it gives you this. And like I was saying, so this is an extreme example of where the tweeter and the woofer are really far apart, and so that doesn't seem like a great idea. So maybe rather than doing a whole bunch of calculations to work out the separation of these things, maybe these are fixed heights as a collective object, and then it's just centered vertically rather than it sort of dividing by threes. But yeah, that was just trying to get my thoughts on paper and seeing how it looks.